Okay, we're gonna start right now with the videos. So today I wanted to talk and watch some fun videos. I got these two videos, one from Supernova Gaming and the other from the amazing Lucas. So I think you all know what's gonna happen. We're gonna roast these guys. Well, primarily we're just gonna kind of have some fun with them, make some funny memes. Haha. So, yeah, we're going to start with Supernova's video on the PlayStation port of God of War and his thoughts on PlayStation games going date to date on the PC, which, let's be pretty honest, it sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty cool if PlayStation games do get day and date releases, but let's see what Supernova has to say about this. Please leave if you think it's too loud or too quiet, just let me know.
What's happening, guys? Supernova here, back with another video. This one shouldn't be too long because there's really not a whole lot to say about this topic. Now, this topic is actually a couple days old, but I wanted to make a video about something, and I wasn't going to make another video about Frost because everybody's making those videos now, and I already made mine. I do want to say, though, that I saw a video of this bitch legit saying that she is the Brad Pitt of lesbians. That's what she said. She is the Brad Pitt of lesbians. So on top of being batshit crazy and clearly not knowing anything
Okay.
about games, she's also quite delusional. And
Well, you should know something about being delusional, Supernova. Especially, oh boy, especially after watching those live streams you did with Griffin Gaming. Oof.
honestly, a liability at this point for G4. They really should just drop her. But anyway, back to what this video is about. So a couple days ago, PC players finally got their hands on the greatness that is God of War 2018. And ever since then, we've been seeing articles about PlayStation devs pushing to have their games released on PC, and then articles like this one where this guy is trying to make the case for why every PlayStation game should now release day and date on PC.
And inside you're like, fucking no!
What's wrong with that? That sounds pretty good. The devs wanted, the actual developers are saying, hey, let's put this shit on PC day and date. Sony is probably on board with this. It's like, I don't see what's wrong with putting PlayStation games day and date on PC. I think that makes perfect sense. Makes pretty good sense. Microsoft does it, so why not Sony?
Now, let me be clear about something. As a PlayStation owner and someone who's owned every generation of PlayStation, including the PS5, I have zero problems with PlayStation games going to PC. However, I'm only okay with it when those games have been on the PlayStation platform exclusively for at least a couple of years.
Funny you say that, Supernova, because I owned almost every single PlayStation, including a PlayStation 5, and I'm fine with it. Hell, the only PlayStation console I never owned was the PlayStation 1. But yeah, I don't care. Like I don't care about games coming day and date to PC. Like, what do you lose from that? Like, why wait so long for a game to get ported? I don't see any difference between waiting a couple years and just getting a day and date. I think I think that's fine. And again, like you said, this is coming from a PlayStation owner, so you know, hopefully we can keep the same energy.
For example, God of War. God of War is just now coming to PC. It is 2022. That game released back in 2018. That's 4 years. If games that are four
Okay.
years old want to release on PC, I don't have a problem with that. If games that are 2, 3 years old want to release on PC, I have no problem with that. Do I like it? Not really, because I believe that PlayStation exclusives should be only on PlayStation platforms.
Isn't it funny? Didn't you just say that you were okay with games coming over to the PC? And now you're saying that it makes you feel bad. Like, what the fuck? You just contradicted yourself right out of the gate, man. That was just like, whoa. Like, seriously, what's so wrong about a game going to another platform? Like, What do you lose? Like, this is something I don't get from these fanboys. Is just this game shouldn't be on the PC. And then I'm like, why? Because it's an exclusive. Okay, give me a fucking real answer. Like, that's not an answer. Just because it was originally an exclusive doesn't always mean it has to always stay an exclusive. I think that's just the dumbest argument that these guys can just muster. It's it's just that these guys live in this like parallel world where they think that it's an exclusive must always be an exclusive. It's like, what the fuck's wrong with you in terms of that? Like, what's wrong with game just going to other platforms? Like, what do you lose? Like, if a game goes to somewhere else, that's great. You know, more people get to play it. More people become fans of the product, and the company that makes it gets more money. Like, it's a win-win for everybody. Like, what do you actually lose? I don't get this. I legit don't get this.
However, I understand business, and if
Oh really? Oh really? You understand business? Well, well, you know what? I'm gonna remember that. I'll remember that. You know, I'll make sure to remember that. That you know business, and we'll see how that handles goes. Hey, I know business in myself. I never, I don't have a law, I don't have a business degree or a finance degree, but I have something called common sense. So let's see how my common sense goes against this so-called Mr. Understands Business.
games want to go to PC 2, 3, 4 years after they were released exclusively for a PlayStation console, I don't have a problem with that. That
Okay.
being said, releasing a PlayStation game day and date on PC and PlayStation console, no, sir, you can go fuck yourself.
Why? Like again, what's wrong with a game? If you're okay with a game coming like what, 10 years later or something like that, why is it not okay when it's day and date? It's the same shit.
Why? Because that's pretty much what they're telling me. I just invested $500 in a next generation console called
Okay.
the PlayStation 5. I handed PlayStation $500 in order to get their next generation console to experience the next generation of their games. And they're going to go ahead and make those games for the PC guys at the same time. Those PC guys didn't pay them money for these games. I
Well, what? No. No, 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 wait.
paid them money. I paid the $500 for a PS5.
Yo, what the fuck, dude? You know that I have to pay the game. Like, I actually do own God of War on the PC. I paid them. I paid for the game. What, because I didn't pay for the console as well? Well, bitch, what the fuck? So what, you want everybody that wants to play God of War, whatever, to go out and buy a $500 console? Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I want to play. I want to play this game. Oh, buy the console. That's just stupid, man. That's just stupid. Like, what a bullshit argument. What a bullshit argument. It's like why? Why not just sell the fucking product? You don't need to buy another product to enjoy a game. Like, oh my fucking god, man. Oh my god. If I already have a platform that's good and the company ports it over, they're getting my money either way. It's like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy's? Oh my god.
to play next generation PlayStation games. Why the fuck should PC guys get those games at the same time that I do? Why? Because if they
Because money? Money's pretty good. Money's pretty good. So, why not?
do, then what reason was there for me to hand them my $500? They owe the PC guys nothing. They owe me.
They don't owe you shit. When you buy a console, all they owe you is that console. And that's it. Once you get the console, done. The transaction has been completed. That's it. Sony doesn't owe you shit. I don't get these fanboys. I think that these companies owe them something. They don't. Okay? When I pay for a video game, all I'm owed is the game. That's it. Similar. So Sony owes you and the PC players the same. Nothing. Like, oh my god, what the fuck? You think that they owe you shit? They don't know who you are. You're a number on a spreadsheet to these companies. All they want is to increase revenue. That's all they want, is to make money and increase profitability. That's every fucking company. And you think they owe you because you bought a fucking piece of plastic they made? Oh my god. What fucking drugs are you taking, Supernova? Because goddamn, they must be strong.
I'm the one that
Oh wait, I know. Copium.
gave them money. I'm the one that bought their console. They owe me games.
No, they don't.
The PC guys aren't owned fuck all.
Like you?
So to even have a conversation about releasing games day and date on PS5 and PC, to me, is absolutely fucking ludicrous, and honestly, a big middle finger to me as a PlayStation fan and user. Because like I said, I'm investing money into their ecosystem.
Well, you can still play the fucking game. I don't get this. It's not like fucking Sony gonna come into your house and steal your copy of God of War on the PlayStation. It's like, what the fuck? You can still play the game on your PlayStation 5 like nothing happened, right? But no, it's like because so more people can play it, it's suddenly a bad thing. I don't get this. Like, what did the PC guys do to you? show me where the PC Master Race touched you, Supernova. Oh my god.
I'm investing money into their products, into their hardware, only for them to go ahead and make games for guys over there who don't deserve shit from them. I'm the one giving them money. I'm the one buying these games. I'm the one who's bought these games in the past, not those fuckers. So, again, this idea of having these games day and date to me is ridiculous. It really is. And I know some people out there going to be like, yo, Supernova, that's a little bit selfish. What about them? What about the PC guys? Why can't they get the games too? Because for me, to me, they're the equivalent of Gaspar Gomez and the Diaz brothers. And you know what, Tony? Tony, go ahead and tell the ladies and gentlemen what we think about Gaspar Gomez and the Diaz brothers.
Fuck Gaspar Gomez and fuck the fucking Diaz brothers. Fuck them all. I buried those cockroaches.
Thanks, Tony.
God damn, that was so cringe. I could feel the tumors growing on my back. Jesus. But what's all this hate towards the PC guys? I don't get this. Like, he sounds genuinely angry over this. Like, what did the PC guys ever do to him? I don't know.
Yes.
Who knows? Maybe there's a backstory to this.
Fuck them. Now, I understand the thought process or mentality of, oh, well, that's additional revenue that PlayStation Studios can, generate.
Well, yeah, of course. Oh my god, I don't get why people don't get this. Here's the thing. Let me just put it in the most simplest of terms so maybe, just maybe, these fanboys can get it. Sony is not making enough money with the console market. Makes sense. They probably are not seeing the amount of growth they want to see. And the PC, no matter how much these fanboys like to believe, is not a competitor to the PlayStation. Most PC people don't give a shit about the consoles. So, by putting a game on the PC, that's just more money for them. People that don't have a console or never were going to buy a console, now are going to buy the game. And that money goes straight to Sony, making them extra profitability. It is so easy to see that somebody that hasn't even gone to college for finance or business can see this. Like, it's so easy. It's just extra money. Sony's just printing money with this. See, Microsoft saw this years ago. That's why they've been porting their games day and date to PC. Because people are still gonna, because some people are just gonna continue buying the console. That's just as simple as that. Hell, I have a brother who who just buys a console because he just wants something easier to play. And I know PC is pretty easy to set up. Trust me, I have multiple PCs and pretty easy. But some people just don't want to learn the basics and just want to pick up a controller and just fucking play or whatever. You know, some people just want that. Some people just want a curated experience. They don't care. They just want something simple, right, or whatever. So my brother has a PlayStation 4, and he plays that shit all the time when he gets home from work. When he gets home from work and school, I think, yeah, when he gets home from work and school, because he works in the morning and goes to school at night. He goes to his bedroom and just plays Call of Duty and Rainbow Six Siege or whatever multiplayer game he has. Sometimes he'll play Horizon Forbidden West. Not Forbidden West, damn it. Horizon Zero Dawn. It's just, sorry, that game's kind of it now. Been watching a couple of watching a couple of salty fanboy videos, and that game's been on my head for a little bit. Sorry about that, but yeah. So he just plays that. Like, if he's not gonna move, he's just gonna buy a PlayStation 5 once he gets the chance to, and he's just gonna continue buying a console. That's just how he is, right? So that, so okay, they're making money off of him, but somebody who doesn't have a console or a PC, I mean, someone who doesn't have a console and just has a PC, that's just unclaimed revenue. I don't know, like these guys like to pretend like they're fucking these genius intellectuals when they're not. It's like so easy to see. This is just easy money for Sony. Like, that's just easy money. People that never had a PlayStation or never owned a PlayStation now get to play God of War. Pretty easy, right? But for some reason, these fanboys don't seem to see it. Let's continue on to see the stupidity continue.
in order to put into their next game. Totally understand that, and I'm fine with that. But again, for me,
Are you sure you're fine with that? Because for now, every time you say that, there's a big but.
this needs to be years after the game released exclusively for a PlayStation platform. Like, for example, Horizon Forbidden West. If Horizon Forbidden West releases exclusively on PS4 and PS5, like it is, let it run its course for 2-3 years. After the amount of money you can possibly generate from the consoles has pretty much dried up, then you release to PC. You've already made all the money you're going to make on the consoles. Now open up the taps to the PC market. That way you're still generating that additional revenue from the PC market, while at the same time giving those who gave you money for PlayStation consoles the thing that they are owed.
They don't owe you shit, and they're still getting the game. It's like, think for 5 minutes. You're still getting the game. You're still getting all the exclusive perks. It's just now it's available on another platform, which is, oh no, I don't have the bragging rights to go on Twitter and start bragging that I have access to this game. It's like, who gives a shit? It's a fucking video game, man. Most people, including myself, play video games to have fun. When I get home from work, I don't give a shit. I want to play some fun games. Well, that's just how it is. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why are you, like, why? It's like, you're not going to lose anything. If games go day and date to PC, nothing changes. You can still get the game day one on your PlayStation. It's still technically in a console exclusive because there's no way Sony can port this shit to Xbox. So, you can still, I don't know, fucking pretend to act arrogant to Xbox guys, or who gives a shit. I don't know. I don't get your mentality. I don't get these people's mentality. I just don't get them. It's just so weird how much they give a shit over something so small, something they shouldn't really care about. It's like, why would you care if a game's exclusive or not? If it's a fun game, fucking great. Hell, that's just my motto. If fucking a game is fun and looks interesting to me, I'll pick it up. You know, I mostly play on PC now, but I still have some of my old. I still have consoles, you know, and every once in a while I'll pick up a game if it's in a good price and I think it's good. But you know, most of the time now I play on PC. You know, I've been slowly transitioning to become a full PC gamer. To be fair, at this point I'm pretty much am a full PC gamer. But yeah, just I just don't get this. I don't get this mentality. Like, who gives a shit? It's like Xbox doesn't give a shit. They port their games left and right, and Sony's slowly realizing, that's money. That's extra money to be made. Let's go. And eventually, once Nintendo realizes how much money they're losing, well, how much money they're not making with this, they'll eventually do it themselves. I don't know. Nintendo's always slow to pick up on trends. They're always kind of like the last guy to kind of figure this shit out. So we'll see.
The things that they deserve for investing in your ecosystem and from purchasing your consoles. That is how you have your cake and eat it too. You both make the PlayStation fans happy as well as get that additional revenue from the PC.
You're not making the PlayStation fans happy. You're making fanboys happy. Most PlayStation fans don't give a shit. My brother, who is a big fan of the PlayStation brand or whatever, he doesn't give a shit. Like, I told him some of the games that came to PC. He's like, oh, cool. That actually sounds pretty cool. Man, that's awesome. Like, he just felt it cool because some of his friends are PC gamers and now they can play the game. And now they can, you know, enjoy the game together. That's just what it is. More people get to play a game, the better. That's it, man. Like, what's so wrong with that? I don't get this. Like, what is wrong with more people getting to play a fucking video game?
Market. But to do it all the same time, day and date, nope. No, sir. No, thank you. And the other big reason why I don't like this idea is the reason why PlayStation first party games and PlayStation exclusives always look and run so good is because those studios are developing that game for specific hardware. And when they're doing that, they're able to get the absolute maximum amount they can out of that console, right? Look at the games at the end of console generations. Look at The Last of Us back in 2013 on PS3, or The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima on PS4. The studios were able to wring out every last drop of power that console had to offer because that game was made specifically to run and play on that specific piece of hardware. It's the same reason why iPhones run.
This argument is so dumb. Oh my fucking god! It's optimization, you idiot. Yes, Sony games are very optimized for the PlayStation. They can still be. Like, they just fucking hired a company that's just known for PC ports. So the developers, their first priority is to make the console version, and then when that's almost done, they'll take it to the B team, so they'll port it over to the PC. There, like, all companies do this. Like Microsoft, they publish their games out on PC and Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. For example, Halo Infinite, that game is very well optimized for the consoles. Well, fuck, it's better optimized on the consoles than on the PC. Like, what the fuck? Also, where do you think these games are being developed? They're not being developed on a PlayStation 5. They're being developed on a dev kit, which is pretty much a PC that simulates the PlayStation 5 with a little more horsepower just to free up a little bit more, so they won't have to be so strict about it. So, so they'll have a development kit, which is a PC that simulates the conditions of the PlayStation 5. They'll start working on it and then start tweaking it until they get everything perfectly on the system. That's it. literally all companies do this. Like, I don't know what's wrong with this. Like, Sony wouldn't change if they start putting their games out day and date on PC. Nothing would change. The the console version would be the priority. That'll be, the big one. People, they'll start optimizing it and make sure everything runs well. Then they'll have like a general version that will be released on the PC. It's like, okay, it runs okay, well, and may need some tweaks, but on the PC we do our own optimization. It's called graphic settings. We can optimize it for ourselves. My God, man, like these people don't know shit. It's infuriating to listen to. But oh well, I hope you guys are enjoying this. Let me check the chat. Let's see. Okay, we got one viewer. Hello. For now, the chat's empty, so okay. Okay, well, let's go back to the stupidity.
So well, because iOS is made specifically for their hardware, where Android has to be able to fit a bajillion different types of devices with different setups.
Yeah, but yet, there's still apps that work on iPhone and Android. Wow.
iOS only has to fit a few. Now, right now, the way things have been with consoles, the console exclusive games from first party are focusing just on that hardware. If we're going to start making games that are day and date on PC and console, they're not going to be focusing as much on the console anymore.
Yes, they are, you idiot. You don't know how these studios run. The development team is gonna focus on the console version, and once the game's done, they'll give it to the PC port team. The team that Sony bought. One of their newer studios they bought. That's just meant to port games to the PC. It's like, oh my God, man! For somebody who's a fucking fanboy of Sony that likes to suck their dick off so much, you're not saying this pretty easily. It's pretty easy what Sony's been doing. They hired a PC port team, pretty much bought them out just so they can get PC ports out there. Like, that's what they're gonna do. Like Microsoft did it, and Sony's not gonna do it. Like, just give them time, and we'll eventually see games like God of War and all the other games coming day and date to PC in the future. Like, it's gonna happen, whether you like it or not. It's like, and so I don't get what's so bad about them. Also, to Sony, please release the first three God of Wars. You know, the PlayStation 2 God of War, please release that on PC, please. I grew up with those games and I would love to replay them. Please put them on PC. I would legit buy them on the spot.
So now all that additional horsepower they can get out of that console, all the tricks they're able to use to get as much power out of the console, it doesn't matter anymore. Because now the game has to also run on PC with a million different possibilities of how those rigs can be set up. And yes, I know PC guys right away are going to say, well, no, we can just adjust the sliders this way and that way, and you're still going to get the
Exactly. We got graphic settings, you don't.
game that you were going to get. But no, because that game is no longer optimized specifically for the PlayStation console.
Oh my fucking God, you do not know what optimization is.
The way it should work, in my opinion.
Yeah, your opinion. Your opinion is as great as a rotten egg.
Again, this is my opinion. I'm not a game developer.
It shows you're not a game developer.
I'm not a coder. This is just my opinion.
And isn't it funny how the actual developers are saying, yeah, let's port it over to PC? Like, they're saying this shit, so. If the development team themselves are saying it's a good idea, then why are you complaining, Supernova?
The game should be made and optimized specifically for the PlayStation console. Then, after a couple of years, you port that game to PC. I don't give a shit if the port's good quality or not. You get
Wow, I can see that you really do like the PC crowd. Seriously, what did the PC guys ever do to you?
Get a port of the game, but the game is optimized specifically for the console. If we're going to be doing this day and date shit, that's no longer going to be the case, and I do not like that. I'm sorry, I don't like that idea. Call me selfish. I don't give a fuck.
I don't call you selfish. I would call you retard, but you know.
I'm paying money for their consoles. I want games that are made specifically for the console I paid money for. End of story. I also love how all of a sudden all these PC Master Race guys who for years claimed that they don't give a shit about console games because they're the PC Master Race, this, that, and the other thing, now that they're getting a taste of greatness in God of War, all of a sudden they want all these PlayStation games to come to PC. And the thing is like, no.
Why not? It's like, why the fuck not? Why not bring all the PlayStation games to PC? That would be great. That's awesome.
If you want to play these games, get a PS5 or get a PS4.
Wait, what?
That should be the case, right? It should be like, oh, if you want to play these PlayStation exclusive games, you have two options. Either you buy a PlayStation console or you wait and hope that you get a port of that game.
Well, isn't it funny, Supernova, that most people decide to go with option 2 and wait? Here's the thing. Sony actually doesn't like people buying their consoles for one fucking game. Like, they don't. They lose. Like, let me just clear this up. Sony makes literally almost nothing when you sell a console. Most of the time, they're selling that shit at a loss. So they're losing money. The point is to make that shit back up with games and services. But if you buy a console for one game only, Sony's not making their money back. At the most, they got $2 from you for the sale of the console, if they're lucky. And guess what? Oh my God, they got the whatever how much the game cost. So for God of War, that's like $20 on the PlayStation Store. So like what, $20? So you got so they got like $22 out of you. Wow, wow. And guess what? Yeah, that sounds good, but they lost. Pretty much, they lost more money than they gained. That's just not. That's not good. Sony would rather. Sony would rather you buy multiple games and become a full member of like the PlayStation ecosystem. That means subscribing to PlayStation Plus, buying multiple games and stuff like that. That's why now they're just putting the shit on PC because it turns out, well, these PC players, if they do buy a console, and that's not profitable for us. So let's just sell them the game. They'll make a lot more money out of it because they're not losing that console sale. When they sell you the console, they're not losing that money they would lose. They're not just making pure profit. It's like, it's better for Sony. I don't know why you think that Sony wants to sell console. This is not the 90s anymore. This is the modern times. This is 2022. Sony sees the value of the PC because not a competitor to them, and plus Japan, their fucking home turf is primarily moving to a PC market. So Sony must adapt if they want to continue to dominate. Well, I put that in quotation marks. A lot of the Japanese people kind of lost faith in Sony, and especially in the PS5 era. So, kind of that. But yeah, but you know what I mean.
Right? That should be the only option that exists. A day and date release, again, doesn't make any sense. It also is not going to help sell consoles.
Because Sony doesn't want to sell consoles, you moron. Yes, here's the thing. They got that shit on lock. They got all the customers they could, and now they want to get new customers, which are the PC people, like what Microsoft's been doing.
By telling PC gamers, yo, if you want to play the sequel to this God of War you're playing right now, if you want to play God of War Ragnarok, you better go get yourself a PS4, PS5, because
No.
it's not coming to PC anytime soon. That's how you sell additional consoles.
Maybe Sony doesn't want to sell additional consoles, you moron. Also, most PC players just gonna wait. Like, most PC players are gonna play God of War, be like, cool game. And then when they hear about God of War Ragnarok, they're just gonna say, okay, I'll just wait for the PC release. That's what most PC players are gonna do. They're just gonna say, I'll wait for the PC release.
And I know a bunch of PC guys out there are going to be like, listen, Supernova, PC guys don't give a fuck about the PlayStation console. They're not going to buy a PlayStation console anyway.
Exactly. Exactly. They don't give a shit. They won't buy it. They'll just wait for the inevitable PC port. Which is, let's be honest, now is pretty much almost guaranteed it's going to happen sooner or later.
Well, then again, I have to say, fuck them. Then fuck them. If they don't want to buy PlayStation consoles to play PlayStation exclusive games, then fuck them. They don't get to play those games.
Why is it all angry,
Right?
man?
And the thing is, like, even if you're right that these PC guys are never gonna buy consoles, well, guess what? If you just hand them the games anyway, they're sure as shit never gonna buy the consoles.
Well, yeah, but they're gonna make money. If you say that they're not gonna buy consoles either way, then selling them the game is just money that you're just letting on the table. That's money that's on the table, and you all you need to do is just grab it. Oh my god. You said you knew business? Bullshit that is. It's so easy what Sony's doing. They're expanding their market. They want a piece of the PC pie. PC is one of the biggest platforms next to mobile. Of course mobile's a lot bigger, but you know how it is. Like PC's the second biggest gaming platform. So of course Sony wants a piece of that pie. Hell, Microsoft been doing that shit for years now. So Sony's like, bitch, I'm gonna get on this.
There's a chance that someone playing God of War right now on PC may be like, holy fuck, this game is amazing. Ragnarok comes out this year? Oh no. I need to play that game as soon as it comes out. I need to.
There's no expiration date on a fucking single player game, Supernova. Not all games. Fuck, I rarely play games the day they come out. Only a few games I play day one. Hell, Halo was one of the few games I played day one. Mainly because it was free. Not bad. I actually would recommend you play Halo. Pretty good.
To get me either a PS4 or a PS5 because I'm not trying to wait years to play a PC port of that game. Right? That is a possibility. Are a majority of PC gamers going to do that? Maybe not. Who knows?
I'll guarantee you that the majority will not.
But if you just give them an out, of course they're not going to buy the consoles. If you give them reasons to not buy the console, guess what? They're not going to buy the console. If you give them reasons to buy a console, maybe they will. Who knows? But to just release games day and date with PC is PlayStation just giving them reasons to not buy the console. It's the same reason PC guys aren't buying Xboxes.
You know what's funny? I actually did buy an Xbox Series S, mainly for Game Pass. Man, like console Game Pass is just too good. I'm thinking of setting up. At the moment, I have the console in my living room, but I'm thinking of once I move because at the moment spoilers alert, but I'm planning to move out soon. I'm in the middle of buying a house, so if everything goes well, I should be moving hopefully soon. So, I'm planning to move that Xbox Series S to my bedroom. It's pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie, like Game Pass is pretty good. Like, and Xbox is pretty convenient. Fuck, I've turned that shit more. I turn my Xbox on a lot more than I do my PS5. I'm not gonna lie.
Why should they? Why would they? They get all the games day and date in Game Pass. Xbox gives them no reason.
Isn't it funny that I bought a console specifically because of Game Pass? Funny.
To purchase an Xbox, so guess what? They don't. Now, if there was some amazing Xbox game that was coming out soon, which right now there really aren't any, but if there was, and it was only going to come out on Xbox console, and PC guys were going to have to wait years to maybe get a port, there's a chance they may go out and buy an Xbox.
Sure, some will, but the majority won't, Supernova. And again, why wait? The more, the merrier. You numbskull. Also, Microsoft doesn't care. They just want you to play their games, either through Game Pass or buying the game on the PC or on the Xbox. They don't give a shit where you play them. They just want you to play them.
To play those games. But with the games just releasing day and date in the Game Pass, Xbox gives them no reason to buy a console. That is fucking stupid.
Really? Well, Microsoft at the moment is raking record revenue, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're up to something, you know?
Always give them the option to buy the console.
Oh
Give
my
them
God, this is not the 90s anymore, Supernova. Not the 90s.
But at least give them a reason to buy one. I don't understand this mentality of, nah, fuck it. We'll just give them everything. Nah, fuck it. Because Xbox could seriously be making money.
They're already making money. That's the point. They're making bank off of putting their games on PC. Hell, I've been buying some Xbox titles on the PC.
By selling the software to the PC guys, and by selling hardware to the PC guys. Where right now, all they're doing is selling them Game Pass.
Well, yeah, because it's a good service, not gonna lie, and plus, let's be honest, that's gonna be the future, man. Like game library like that, that's gonna be the fucking future, whether we like it or not.
And this is not the road I want PlayStation to go down. I want PlayStation to at least give the PC guys a reason to buy a PlayStation. And not just say, hey guys, here's all the games you don't need a PlayStation. Because to me, that's fucking stupid. And honestly, anyone arguing for PlayStation to put its games on PC day and date, anyone arguing for any of these platforms to put their games on another platform day and date, whether it's PlayStation putting it on PC or Xbox putting it on PC, then what's to say that Xbox shouldn't just put its games on PlayStation? And PlayStation shouldn't just put their games on Xbox day and date? Why not? Because if we're not going to give people reasons to purchase the consoles, then we might as well fucking not give people reasons to purchase the consoles. Right? Let's just throw up our hands and say, fuck it. PC doesn't need PlayStation to play PlayStation games. PlayStation doesn't need Xbox to play Xbox games. Xbox doesn't need Switch to play Nintendo games.
That sounds great, man. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. That sounds like gaming paradise. Man, I would love to put something. I would love the day where I could just buy the games that Nintendo puts out. I would love to play Mario Odyssey on my PC. I would love to play Halo, and I would love that Halo would come to PlayStation. Fuck, my brother would be able to play Halo on his PlayStation, and we'll be able to play together. That sounds great. Like, what's wrong? That sounds fantastic. That sounds like gaming paradise. Like, why do you see that shit as a bad thing? That sounds fantastic. Man, just remember, guys, never become a fanboy. Not even once.
Fuck it. Who cares? I'm sorry. That is fucking stupid. And for anyone to try to say that it's not the same thing, no, you're wrong. It is literally the same thing. Because if it's okay for PC to play PlayStation games at the same time that PlayStation gets them, you are saying, hey, PC players, here's a bunch of PlayStation games. By the way, you don't need a PlayStation to play them. That's no different than putting PlayStation games on Xbox or Xbox games on PlayStation and saying, hey, Xbox guys, here's a bunch of PlayStation games. You don't need a PlayStation to play them. Or, hey, PlayStation guys, here's a bunch of Xbox games. You don't need an Xbox to play them.
Like, what's so wrong with that, man? Like, man, I don't get this mentality of you. Like, seriously, throughout this whole video, I just don't get you, man. It's like, you sound like you're stuck. you're stuck with the mentality of the '90s, like with Nintendo versus Sega. We're not in those times anymore, man. Time has moved on. You know, things are different.
It's the same fucking thing. And I'm sorry, no. No, no, no. If PC guys want PlayStation games, which, hey, I can understand, PlayStation makes some of the best games in the industry.
Well, their games can be a little samey, you know. Like I like some of the Sony's games, but I don't know. I feel like Sony recently has fallen into the trap of all their games just being the same. Like, no offense, but let's be fair. All their games are open world, over the shoulder action adventure games with stealth elements. It's like the same shit. And look, some of them are really good. You know, God of War is great, but I don't know, man. It's just although eventually everything comes like the same. I don't know. I wish Sony had a little bit more diversity, like in terms of their games. Like, man, like I like what Microsoft been doing, like letting developers make whatever the hell they want. Like Psychonauts 2, fantastic game, loved the game. And now we got games like Forza Horizon, and we got Halo, and all that stuff. Like Microsoft really trying to diversify their plate, and now with the especially now since they acquired Activision Blizzard and they're letting the developers do whatever they want and telling them to go back to some of their older IPs if they want to, we may get to see more games of, maybe Crash, Spyro. I would like to see older IPs. That'd be great. Diversifying the plate even more. That'd be great. So all the developers won't be stuck making the same goddamn Call of Duty every year. But I don't know. But yeah, it's like I don't know. For me, PlayStation makes some good games. It's just a lot of them just starting to feel a lot samey, and I don't know. I wish they would spice things up a little bit. Like I don't know. Like why not a new Twisted Metal game? That would be great. That would be fantastic. How about a Sly Cooper game? Jack and Daxter? I don't know. I just want more from Sony than what we're getting. It's just kind of a lot of it's starting to feel similar. I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys agree, chat? Do you guys agree? If Sony games become kind of similar? Let's see. Okay, we got nothing in the chat. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, sorry, chat. Or I don't know. Let me take a quick sip of water. My throat's starting to dry up. Okay, back to the retardation.
If they want PlayStation games, they either wait for a possible, again, possible PC port, or they invest in a PlayStation. End of story. For me, there is no further discussion about this. That's the way it should be. Anything else, for me, is disrespectful to me.
Oh my god. Disrespectful? We're talking about video games, dude. Oh my god. Like, these are video games. They don't go that deep, man. What do you mean disrespectful to you? Oh my god. Like how look, Supernova, fucking get out of this console fanboy mindset because it is sad. Like that sounds pathetic. How can you be disrespectful for just wanting games to come to your platform? Oh my god, man, what a retarded sentence. Like actually think about it. What do you lose for games going to PC? Nothing. You lose nothing. Just you lose. The one thing you lose is the bragging rights on Twitter, which that's the only thing that is not necessary to enjoy your fucking video games, you idiot. Oh my god. Oh my god. As retarded as people say you are.
As an owner of a PlayStation. And there's nothing that you or anyone else can say to convince me otherwise.
No, what a great mentality to have, man. You know, nothing could change my mind. No, man, you sound like those fucking idiots that say, "Oh, you can't change my mind. Gay is a sin." Yeah. Okay, Grandpa. Okay.
And that's all I got for you guys on this one. And that's the video, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Are you down with this day and date shit?
Yes.
Or do you agree with me?
No.
Let me know, and as always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, I'm letting you know, Supernova. I am letting you know live. Oh my god, what an awful video. Awful, awful video. There we go. Disliked. That was awful. Awful, 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 awful video. Okay, guys, now let's go over to another retard. The amazing Lucas and his God of War on PC is dumb. Oh man. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Well, let's get on to this. I'm already preparing my brain for the inevitable loss of brain cell that I'm gonna have. Let's see. Let me check the chat before we start. Okay, we got nothing. Okay, that's great. And to be fair, I am live streaming kind of late. You know, it's like 9. I would have done it earlier, but hey, you know, life kind of gets in the way and stuff. Yeah.
Dumbest idea ever. Oh my goodness. So, if you guys don't know already, which I'm sure many of you do, God of War, a 4-year-old game, has now launched on the PC. Something that I was vehemently against.
Oh, great. I couldn't tell.
All right? Vehemently against. And I'm thinking to myself, how did this happen? Whose bright numbskull idea was it to release Game of the Year exclusive IP to the PC? Whose bright idea was this? And I'm thinking, I finally come across this IGN article, which Corey Barlog, all right? And don't get me started with Corey Barlog. Somehow, this mofo happens to have a child, and he just becomes all retarded and has a freaking Kratos has a child.
Wow, so Corley Barlog actually became a man and had his child. Oh wow, he took the responsibility of raising a kid. That sounds bad, Lucas. Yeah, basing your writing on your lived experience, that's fucking every writer does that shit. Almost every writer, when they're writing a story, uses a little bit of their own life experience to influence the story a little bit. Oh my fucking god, man. Which we're just working not even a minute in and the retardation is already starting. Oh!
Then the process of him having the child, we don't play that. We don't play anything as far as him, Kratos, actually find a woman to marry and reproduce with, okay? We don't play any of that. We play him with this bastard child.
If you want to watch Kratos fuck, play the first 3 God of Wars.
Or whoever this child is. We don't even know the child is ours, okay? We don't even know. We haven't had a DNA test.
A DNA test. For a fucking video game character. Oh my god, you sound like you sound like those stupid people on Twitter that says if you draw a girl sexy, that's objectifying a character, and the character's fictional. Oh my fucking god, dude, no, oh no, man, it's a fucking video game. Oh my god.
We won't even get into that, okay? We won't get into how Corey completely screwed up the game, all right, on many levels. But nevertheless, we come to find out that Sony Studios, many Sony Studios, were the one to advocate for this happening, all right? They were advocating For yeah, this is a great idea to release this IP for the PC. Mind-numbing. Mind-numbing how stupid the people at these studios are. Completely mind-numbing how dumb they are and how genius they can be at making games and implementing it in the Unreal Engine.
What a moron! If you don't know, if you don't know, chat, the God of War game is made in in their own engine. They don't use Unreal Engine. They made their own engine. Oh man, Lucas. Oh Lucas. Oh man, you're as retarded as ever. Oh my god. Yeah, fucking criticize the people that make Sony millions of dollars. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. They're dumb. Yeah. Certainly they're dumb. Yeah. Yeah, the developer's saying it's a good idea. Sony's saying it's a good idea. But no, that's no because the amazing Lucas says it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea, guys. Yeah.
Okay, it's crazy, the juxtaposition. Well, to be fair, maybe not crazy, because most artists, when it comes to business sense, when it comes to business acumen, freaking brain dead, okay?
Yeah, yeah. I bet that most of these artists have more money in the bank than you could ever dream of.
They can draw a pretty picture and animate when it comes to, hey, what do you think about this business idea? Freaking just squirrels, okay? Squirrels. They're as dumb as squirrels. I don't know what to tell you. All I constantly hear is,
Lucas, it's accessible for everyone. Lucas, what's wrong with making a game accessible, Lucas?
Perfect screenshot. Yeah, Lucas, what's wrong with that? It, makes the game more accessible to people, and you can have fun with it. Like what's wrong? You can still play the game on your PlayStation 4 and 5. You can still play it. It's just now more people get to play it. What's wrong with that?
And I'm thinking to myself, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? First off, let's pause. All this energy about accessibility and blah 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 blah. I don't play consoles. I don't buy consoles. I only buy PC. And okay, all that energy, use that for Nintendo.
Oh, you're trying to deflect. Oh, sorry, I knocked the mic. You're trying to deflect. You're trying to say no, stop. Take the argument to Nintendo, please. No more. Lucas, we are. And don't worry, once we're done with Sony, we're going straight for Nintendo. Like Nintendo is always the last to catch on to trends, so don't worry about it. And to be fair, like 90%, well, 99% to be more honest, is easily emulatable on the PC. So that's why a lot of people are like, yeah, we would like official releases, but we can play this shit already on PC. So that's why most people don't shout too much at Nintendo. They're like, we can play already on PC through emulators. Unlike, a lot of PlayStation 4 emulators are not even close to being done. They're still in the early phases of being worked on. So, yeah, that's why people have been nagging at Sony. Because, come on, just give us the games and we'll give you the money. That's a win-win for everybody,
Okay? I want all this energy to be focused on Nintendo. Because I want you to tell Nintendo to bring Mario to the PC and see what they tell you.
That bullshit!
I find it interesting that all this...
Oh, we got chat. Hello, Vium and Go. I do not know what that means, Mr. Haptimush. Whatever. Hello.
Energy is focused on PlayStation. Okay, we want to overlook Nintendo, but PlayStation, they're the ones that need to bring their IPs to the PC, Lucas. They're the ones. Miss me with that freaking nonsense. And secondly...
Why did you zoom into your fucking shirt? You never came up with that catchphrase. I don't know.
Accessibility. This is a 4-year-old game. What are you talking about, accessibility? You had 4 years to get a copy of God of War, all right? Miss me with that nonsense. And furthermore, God of War was released on the PS5 and the PS4. The same thing with Miles Morales, PS5 and the PS4.
But Lucas, like you were saying, most PC gamers don't buy consoles. Like it's so easy, dude. Again, most PC players don't buy consoles, so they would play. They would rather play on their preferred platform on an actual good frame rate, not just 30 FPS, which is bullshit.
In many cases, these games were actually held back in order to make it accessible for those who couldn't access a PS5. And you want to tell me in these 4 years you couldn't access a PS4? That's what you want to tell me? Miss me with this nonsense, all right? It has nothing to do with accessibility because you guys had more than enough time to access a freaking PS4 to play God of War if that's what you really want to do. And you want to tell me these people were so anticipating, hey, I want to support the developers. Have you heard that nonsense?
Oh, Lucas, I want to support the developers.
That's mostly coming from you guys, from the fucking PlayStation fanboys. You're always like, support the developers because they think that the PC players always pirate a game, when in reality we mostly buy the games. Fuck. Out of all my years of playing on PC, I've only pirated like 2 games, and that was Portal 2 when I was like a kid and had a laptop. And I just pirated Portal 2, and I think that's like a couple months later I bought the game officially. It was just at the time I didn't have any money. I was just waiting for the Christmas money, and I decided to pirate it just to play it while I waited for the Christmas money. Worth it. Fucking worth it, man. Portal 2 is great. I'll let you, man. Portal 2 is one of my favorite fucking games that Valve makes. Like, man, I wish Valve made Portal 3. Yeah. But yeah, like, fuck, most people don't pirate a game. They just buy it because Steam makes it pretty easy.
Developers, that's why.
No, if you wanted to support the developers, you would have gotten a PlayStation console. That's what you would have gotten. And then you
Oh no, not this argument again. God damn it. Again, Sony barely makes anything off of these consoles. They most likely are losing money on these consoles. So actually just buying the game on Steam is in a way better for them than you buying a fucking console just to play one game.
would have then purchased God of War. Miss me with this crazy cuckoo, caca nonsense, this fluff coming out these mofos freaking their lord butts, okay? Have you ever seen a PC gamer? These guys are just the freaking dregs of society, of the gaming community. That's what these people are. So maybe they're right. Maybe.
Oh no, guys, we're getting called out. Oh no. Man, way to use one of the oldest fucking stereotypes for the PC player. God fucking damn it. Oh my god. Man, his sense of humor is fucking weak. It's weaker than his brain.
Getting God of War it wasn't accessible to them because they can't get their large butts out of their house. Maybe they're right, okay? Maybe that is true. They couldn't access God of War, all right? Because that consists of walking, okay? That consists of some type of movement other than clicking and getting freaking chronic pain from your wrist doing this, okay? Because we all know that's the only movement these PC gamers do is this and then this. And that's it. That's their life in a nutshell, okay? Now we have.
And then actually, Pornhub did a study, and actually, most of their traffic comes from PlayStation consoles. So maybe Lucas is aware of that.
Such ludicrous, okay, ideas floating in the ether, talking about, hey, you want to know what? All PlayStation IP should go to the PC. All PlayStation should have a PC release on.
Yeah, sounds pretty good. I'm on board with that. I would like it, That'd be great. Getting all the PlayStation titles on the PC at so you can play them in an actual good frame rate and actual good quality.
On day one. What? What?
Mr. Garrison, haven't you figured it out? Timmy's retarded.
If that happens, you want to know what I want? I want a letter from Sony, okay? Dear amazing Lucas, okay? Dear PlayStation owner, dear PlayStation 5 owner, f*** you.
Oh, so I'm sorry, Lucas, you're not getting that letter because Sony blocked you from contacting them. Oh, Chad, if you don't know, In an earlier video, I think it's like a while ago, he made a video bitching about he couldn't get a return on Returnal. Funny, right? Returnal, return. Yeah. So he couldn't get a refund on Returnal because the game, buggy and shit. So he tried to get a refund through Sony, and Sony said nope. And he just kept bitching about it until Sony just blocked him. Which is funny because fuck, it's easier to get a refund on a PlayStation game on Steam than it is on the PlayStation. So Lucas, PC games coming to PC is actually better for you because you can actually get refunds on the PC. Oh my god, man! Oh my god! What? Oh man, what an idiot!
Sincerely, PlayStation. That's what I want. Okay, I would like that in the mail. Okay, that's not too much to ask. That's all I would need, or an email. That is the dumbest thing I can possibly imagine. Because at that point, why would I even have a PS5, right? Why would I get the next console, right? What? That doesn't make any sense to me. For what purpose? I would just get a PC. And we all know if it's on PC, it's eventually going to get pirated. We all know. We just have to wait for it to be cracked. So if you think...
Yeah, isn't it funny that there's like around, I think it's like almost 70 million players I think have been playing God of War, and the game got pirated got cracked day one. But funny, most people have been buying it. Hell, I bought it. It's like most people don't care. Most people are not gonna pirate a game. Most of them just gonna buy it if it's easy enough. Because, it's a lot easier to buy something than to pirate it. Oh, the only time I've seen people, talk about pirating a game is PlayStation fanboys pirating Forza Horizon 5.
Me spending $80 or whatever, or how much ever they want to charge, okay, $70, $80 depending on the edition that comes out, or me waiting, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 days until it gets cracked and paying nothing? What do you think most people are going to do? And miss me...
Buy it. Most people are gonna buy it, you idiot.
With this support the developers, support the...
People, okay, miss me with that nonsense. People are about supporting their pockets, okay? The only people I notice who say this are kids living in their mom's basement, all right? Support the developers, they can support the developers. So it's not gonna help the developers because you also have to take into account pirating, which guess what? God of War is currently being pirated.
It was also pirated on the PlayStation 4. You insufferable mongoloid.
Dude, congratulations, you played yourself. And then lastly, all these PC players, right? All these PC players talk like they have the top end, the top tier of PC desktops. They don't, okay? I don't know why people are talking about PC. Most of these fools don't have a PC powerful enough to run God of War.
I know a lot of people that have PCs stronger enough to run God of War. Remember, we're trying to get better than a PS4 because most PlayStation players are PlayStation 4 players, so getting better than 30 frames per second, it's super easy. 1080p 60, easy. Hell, if you have a 10 series, a 20 series, fuck, if you have a 30 series, you can do crazy amounts, but all those cards can run God of War at 60 FPS. No problem.
On Ultra, okay? Because that's the only reason that you would get it, okay? It's as far as the graphics, the graphical comparison. And if you look at the graphics, yeah, there's a difference between the PS5 and the PC, but you're not going to be able to experience it, okay? Because you don't have a 5,000 or 4,000 PC.
I do. The PC that I'm live streaming now cost me $4,000. I bought it mainly for animation, but yeah. So, I'm sorry, Lucas, but I have that PC.
See, you dummy.
You're calling me a dummy. Oh, Lucas, why don't you look in the mirror?
All these freaking mofos acting like they're all PC elitists. No, you're a PC pleb. You're a PC peasant, okay? Most of you don't even have a 3090.
I do. I have a 3090 right now. Pretty good, actually. Runs all my games like butter, man. Man, any game I put into it, mwah.
Or anything close to that, all right? Talking about, well, we need to release it on PC. Why?
Because we want to play it.
You're not going to see any graphical difference on your monitor.
Oh, I am seeing a graphical difference on my monitor. I definitely am.
Okay? You're not. A very small percentage will, but it's not you. The more
I find it funny, but most people are like, again, like, to beat out a PlayStation 4, if your PC is around 5 years old, you're beating a PS4. Literally, any PC that's around 5 years old, yeah, they're beating a PS4, no problem. They can play God of War, no problem. That's it, Lucas. Okay, it's like, oh my God, like you know nothing about the PC and you act so confidently that you do.
majority won't. So we ain't talking about releasing it on PC. Why don't you make better choices with your money and just
Better choice with my money, and you're asking me to go out and buy a $500 console so I can play one fucking game. Yeah, Lucas, that sounds fucking great idea to save money. Yeah. Why not just fucking spend $500 on a game on a console, and then $70 on a game, or I could wait until it comes to my preferred platform, and then pay, like $50 for the game. I think that's a lot better use of my money than going out and buying a completely different piece of plastic to play one video game. Oh my God, man, these fucking PC these PC haters, or not, to be fair, fanboys. To be fair, these fanboys are idiots. They think they know about PC when they don't. Oh my God, man. Man, these fanboys are completely retarded.
just get a PS4, okay? That way you could have experienced this game 4 years early instead of waiting.
What's wrong with waiting? Lucas, I think you know that most PC players have a massive back catalog, so we don't mind waiting. We got more than enough shit to play.
To have the same experience that most console players already had. We're on God of War 2, pimpin'. I bet you catch up.
Okay. I don't care. I don't care. Seriously, I don't give a shit. There's no expiration date for a single player game. Oh my God.
Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Lucas, what about PC? Lucas, accessibility. Lucas, you're a Sony fanboy. Look.
Yeah, you are a Sony fanboy. And this was a terrible video. Well, guys, I think this should be a good stream. I know I didn't stream for too long, but I think this is a good stream. I think we had some fun. I hope you enjoyed your time here, or I don't know, whoever did. I don't know. I may do this more often. Streaming. In the meantime, we're not always gonna be critiquing fanboys, of course. Um, we're just gonna, I don't know, like hang out, maybe playing a video game or something. Also, what do you think of my new layout that I have? I got some cool little layouts. I got my outdated 3D model of my avatar, which I am changing. I think you can kind of see the logo at the corner with the redesign of him. You can see that. You can see they have tufts of hair and actually looks more like an animal than the old design. But yeah, I kind of like how the desk looks. I kind of like it. I may change some stuff up, maybe add some different stuff in the future. But I kind of like how it looks at the moment. But yeah. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Well, sorry, not video. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. I hope you had some fun, and I'll see you all soon. Hopefully, once I finish my next project. Bye.